Hello, everyone! It is a beautiful day to dive into the latest jaw dropping twists from Port Charles. If you are still holding out hope for a happy, peaceful romance for Drew Kane this summer, I am here to tell you to prepare for a brutal, wrecking devastation that will leave Port Charles in absolute pieces. You might think Drew is just trying to recover and find his footing again, but he is about to step into a trap entirely of his own making. The writers are setting up a scenario so toxic, so volatile, that there is absolutely no turning back. We are looking at a collision course between three incredibly stubborn, powerful people, and I promise you, someone is going to get destroyed. If you think Ava Jerome is the kind of woman who will quietly step aside and let another woman take what is hers, you haven't been paying attention to the last decade of this show. So lock the doors, because the romantic fantasy you thought was brewing is actually a ticking time bomb, and the explosion is going to be downright catastrophic. Let us take a massive step back and truly analyze the absolute chaotic mess that is currently Drew Kane's life. If you ask me, the man is a walking disaster waiting to happen, a ticking time bomb of unresolved trauma and bitter resentment. He is miraculously recovering from his fake stroke, a medical anomaly that has everyone on edge, but he is trapped under the heavy, suffocating thumb of Jack Brennan's blackmail. He has been pushed into a freezing lake by a frantic Nina Reeves, nearly drowned in the murky waters, and had to be resuscitated by the quick-thinking young lifeguard, Gio Palmieri. Drew is harboring a deep, dark, and venomous resentment toward Willow and Nina. He feels betrayed by the women he once trusted, and he is lashing out at everyone in his orbit, including his own twin brother, Jason Morgan. He is a man who is feeling incredibly vulnerable, stripped of his power, and desperate for an escape from the walls that are rapidly closing in on him. He needs a distraction, a way to feel like he is still the master of his own universe. Enter Serena Baldwin. For those of us who have followed her journey, Serena just arrived back in Port Charles with a massive, highly secretive plan to help her adoptive mother, Lucy Coe. Lucy is currently drowning in a vicious power struggle at deception against the formidable Tracy Quartermain and the always scheming Brooke Lynn Quartermain. Originally, Serena and Lucy hatched a bold, scandalous plan to seduce Michael Corinthos to gain leverage in the boardroom. But, as we all know, in the dramatic world of soap operas, plans rarely go exactly as intended. Serena is a total wild card. She is smart, beautiful, and fiercely independent. When she unexpectedly crosses paths with Drew Kane, the sparks are going to fly in a direction no one, not even Lucy Coe, could have anticipated. Serena's focus is about to drastically shift from corporate espionage to a deeply personal, romantic pursuit. I can already see the cinematic scene playing out perfectly on our screens. Serena and Drew share a chance encounter, perhaps at the luxurious Metro Court pool or a quiet, dimly lit corner of General Hospital. After a seemingly innocent conversation about the chaos of returning to town, Serena is instantly captivated by him. She is quickly drawn to his rugged charm, his muscular physique, and that signature brooding intensity that Drew wears so well. The sheer danger here is that Serena does not fully understand the dark, chaotic history of Drew Kane. She has been out of town, living a completely different life. She looks at him and sees a mysterious, incredibly attractive man, completely blind to the fact that he is currently entangled in a web of blackmail, near-death experiences, and bitter family feuds that could rival a Shakespearean tragedy. To Serena, Drew is a blank slate, a fresh romantic opportunity devoid of the usual Port Charles baggage. She genuinely believes she has a real chance at a beautiful, uncomplicated future with him. But that's not even the craziest part. While Serena is busy falling head over heels for the illusion of Drew Kane, there is a massive, jaw-dropping twist happening completely under the radar in the darkest shadows of the city. I strongly suspect that Drew is already secretly developing a passionate, highly classified romance with none other than Ava Jerome. Yes, you heard me right, guys. Ava Jerome, the former mob queen, who is currently reeling from Ethan Lovett's sudden cowardly departure and plotting her own vengeful attacks against the all-powerful Sonny Corinthos, has found a secret solace in Drew's arms. These two are both outcasts right now. They are both harboring deep, toxic resentments against the people who have wronged them, and their shared anger is a potent, explosive recipe for a secret, fiery affair. They are sneaking around, keeping this relationship entirely off the books, completely hidden from the prying eyes of Port Charles. They are meeting in the dead of night at the Jerome Gallery, sharing whispered promises and passionate embraces. Ava genuinely believes she finally has a loyal ally and a devoted lover in Drew. But that's not even the craziest part, because Drew, in all his arrogant, misguided glory, is playing a very dangerous game of emotional roulette. He is absolutely enjoying the secret, forbidden thrill of being with Ava Jerome in the shadows. He loves the danger, the risk, the sheer adrenaline of sneaking around with a woman as notorious as Ava. But at the exact same time, he is absolutely soaking up the innocent, adoring attention he is getting from Serena Baldwin in the bright daylight. He is not shutting Serena down. He is not telling her that his heart is already occupied. Instead, he is leaning into it, letting Serena believe that he is emotionally available, single, and ready to mingle. He is actively transforming himself into the center of an incredibly dangerous love triangle. Serena is pushing forward, pouring her heart out, planning dates, and thinking she is winning the heart of the town's most eligible bachelor, while Drew is secretly returning to Ava's silk sheets at night. It is a recipe for absolute disaster, a ticking time bomb just waiting for a spark. But that's not even the craziest part. The real bombshell drops when this carefully constructed house of cards inevitably comes crashing down in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. I envision a day very soon where Serena and Drew are sharing an intimate, highly private moment. Maybe they are having a romantic candlelit lunch at the Savoy, or maybe they are sharing a close, lingering touch while walking through the park. Serena is gazing into his eyes, completely smitten, and Drew is smiling back, playing the part of the perfect gentleman. And who happens to walk in, completely unannounced, and witness this entire sickening display of affection? Ava Jerome. Ava accidentally discovers that Serena Baldwin is moving in on her man. And, guys, we all know Ava Jerome's history. She is not a woman who quietly accepts betrayal. She is not going to run home, lock her bedroom door, and cry into her pillow. When Ava realizes that Drew has been hiding Serena from her, the sheer level of jealousy and rage that will explode from her will be enough to level the entire city. But that's not even the craziest part. Here is the ultimate climax, the moment that will wreak devastation on all their lives and leave the viewers completely breathless. Instead of silently retreating or playing her usual passive-aggressive, manipulative games from afar, Ava Jerome is going to confront both Drew and Serena head-on, right there in public. She is going to march right up to their table, her eyes blazing with an unholy fire, and she is going to detonate this long-buried secret right in their shocked faces. This confrontation is going to quickly escalate into one of the most intense, high-stakes standoffs of the entire summer. She will spare no details, exposing every dirty, secret night she and Drew have shared. Serena is going to be completely blindsided, her jaw hitting the floor as she suddenly realizes that the man she thought was her perfect romantic match is actually entirely entangled with one of the most dangerous, lethal women in Port Charles. Serena will realize that Drew is not emotionally single at all. He is a liar and a cheat. And Drew? Drew is going to be caught dead to rights, his charming facade completely shattered, forced to face the massive, humiliating consequences of trying to juggle two completely different lives in secret. The most terrifying aspect of this entire ordeal is that Ava will not just be furiously angry with Drew. Oh no, she is going to view Serena Baldwin as a direct, mortal rival. Ava will mark her territory with the ferocity of a wounded lioness protecting her cub. This instantly places Serena in severe, unforeseen danger. You do not cross Ava Jerome and walk away unscathed. Just ask the countless people who have ended up in the hospital or the morgue after crossing her. Serena thought she was just playing a fun, harmless game of romance, maybe a little corporate seduction on the side to help deception, but she has just stepped blindfolded into a literal war zone. Ava's wrath will be swift, calculating, and utterly merciless. She will make it her personal mission to destroy Serena's life in Port Charles, using every ounce of her massive wealth, her criminal connections, and her cunning intellect to drive Serena out of town, or worse. Serena is about to learn that in Port Charles, love can be a deadly game. If you ask me, Drew should have known better. He has seen firsthand what Ava is capable of when she is backed into a corner. He knows her violent history with Sunny, her bitter feuds with Carly, and her relentless attacks on Nina. Ava is a survivor who systematically eliminates her obstacles. By selfishly bringing Serena into this chaotic orbit, Drew has essentially painted a massive, glowing target on Serena's back. Now, Drew is going to be backed into a corner of his own making, forced to make an impossible, life-altering choice. Does he stand by Ava, the woman who matches his dark, resentful energy and knows all his ugliest secrets? Or does he try to protect Serena, the woman who represents a clean, uncomplicated slate and a chance at a normal life? He is going to be trapped between two incredibly fierce, determined women, and neither of them is going to back down or yield a single inch to the other. This is no longer just a simple, breezy summer romance, guys. Like, a single exposed secret is about to transform this messy love triangle into a vicious, all-out power struggle that will shake the very foundations of the town. Friendships will be shattered beyond repair, family loyalties will be brutally tested, and the entire social landscape of Port Charles is going to be turned completely upside down. Will Drew be able to step up and save Serena from Ava's incoming righteous wrath, or will Ava's explosive jealousy burn them all to the ground, leaving nothing but ashes in its wake? We will have to wait and see, but I can promise you one thing, nobody is walking away from this with a clean conscience. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled, because the real storm hasn't even hit yet.